thriving community of shops, tech firms, restaurants, and wineries scattered around Dharma. Thanks to plenty of canny advice from Guru Bob and the lucrative profit-sharing plan that he'd established early on, his followers had learned to invest wisely. And now, 25 years later, our people were thriving, and our town had become one of the most popular destination spots in the wine country. And lately, some of Derek's family had bought homes in the area, so for me, Dharma kept getting better and better. "Is everything out of the car?" I asked. "Yes," Derek grinned, "including all of your bookbinding supplies. And Charlie." I reached out and squeezed his hand. "Thank you." Just that morning, Derek and I had driven here from San Francisco with our cat, Charlie. The drive itself had only taken an hour, but it had taken even longer to move our clothes and essential items from the car into the house. Now it was time to take a minute and enjoy the quiet. I felt a whisper of movement and glanced down to see Charlie winding herself around and between my legs, brushing her thick, creamy white tail against my ankles. Well, look who ventured out of her crate. After a few more sweeps of her tail, Charlie slinked over to Derek, who stooped down and picked her up in his arms. "We'll have to be extra cautious that she doesn't wander outside." Despite being a mecca for sophisticated wine enthusiasts, Dharma was still rustic and woodsy, so there were plenty of hawks and coyotes to worry about. And even though Charlie was a full-grown cat now, I still imagined her to be a defenseless little kitten and would be heartbroken if anything happened to her. "Yes, we will." I reached over to stroke Charlie's soft back and give her a scratch between her ears. "We don't want to lose you," I murmured. Our girl was an indoor cat, having spent most of her life inside our San Francisco apartment. I knew there were any number of wild animals out there looking for a tasty snack in the form of a fluffy, well-behaved house cat. I was always reading stories in the paper about small animals being carried off by red hawks or attacked by raccoons. Lately, I had even seen reports of a mountain lion sighting nearby. I wasn't about to let Charlie roam outside with predators like that skulking around. Derek led the way back inside, and I carefully closed the door behind us. The cat was precious to both of us, ever since Derek had brought her home as a surprise for me. Footsteps sounded from behind us, and I turned to watch Annie walk into the master bedroom where we were standing. I gave her shoulder a soft squeeze. "Thank you for letting us stay." "It's your house, too," she said lightly. It was a long story, but basically this house had once belonged to my old bookbinding mentor, Abraham Karastovsky. He'd never known he had a daughter until the last few days of his life, and he was looking forward to getting to know her better after their first brief meeting. Sadly, he was killed before that could happen, and consequently he left his entire estate to me, including his sumptuous Mediterranean-style house with its amazing views, along with the equally amazing, fully stocked bookbinding workshop out beyond the pool. Plus $6 million, but that's a whole other story. So legally the house belonged to me, but after my family and I got to know Annie, and after the required paternity test results came through, proving that Annie was indeed Abraham's daughter, I asked the lawyers to write out a joint tenant agreement that gave half of the property to Annie. We also set up a trust that would pay Annie a generous allowance until she could determine what she wanted to do with the rest of her life. Annie's mother, the woman who had never told Annie or Abraham about their connection to each other, had passed away during that same period. So with no more attachments, Annie moved to Dharma, where she was welcomed by my mother with open arms. After a very short time, Annie figured out exactly